Roll call, please.
Councilman Rich?
Here.
Councilwoman Hutchinson? Here. Councilman Mehta?
Here.
Councilman Davis?
Here.
Councilman Socio?
Here.
Council President Guadagnino? Mayor Womack?
Here, sunshine notice.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required under Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, specifying the time, date, and location by posting a copy of the notice on the municipal building, municipal website, providing a copy of the annual notice to the official newspaper of the township, and is on file in the clerk's office.
Thank you. Councilman Davis, we missed you while you were gone. Can you do the pledge?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mac.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Benson?
You want me to come up with it?
Program is yours. Yeah, you're right. That's right.
Okay, so what we had, thank you, I was wondering about that. From April 21st to June 16th was our next installment of the Mayor's Wellness Program. And this is a challenge with residents throughout the town of people who want to get a little more active, a little more healthy, or maybe have an excuse to drink a few more beers. Whatever your reason is, it's an excuse to get out there and get moving. And so a lot of us participated, and now it's time for the awards for this time around. So with that being said, what? In no particular order, because I'll probably contest some of these results. But yeah, but as we're saying, we are trying to encourage fitness and well-being, because look, we can't all turn a certain age with a surprise party and not look as well as they do. And again, I got to apologize. I really missed it. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so that's what we're looking for. So our first presentation will be to Laura Pelzinski. Craig Yesko, if you can come out from the back cave, please. And there he is, smiling and everything.
Get him run. He's running.
Congratulations, Craig.
Good guy, great.
Swag.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay, so this time I'm really excited because we had 2 council members participate. So Councilman Socio, congratulations. And I'm going to call Councilman Mehta, if you could come down, please. Thank you.
Okay. Our next recipient is Ro Tucker. Stephen Bloyd. Now, just a fun fact here, he and I would be walking separate paths, but be talking on the phone sometimes, and we did threaten to tackle each other if we saw each other, so maybe one wouldn't get as many steps as the other. Nice job, Steve. Wait, I put my glasses back on. I'm sorry. Joanne DeLuca. Okay, if everyone can just stay up, please. Chris Henning. Darn right they do. Okay, and our last recipient who could not make it tonight, but we're very proud of her as well, Samantha Lau. So if everyone can stay, let's crunch in together, pretend like it's not hot and humid. Let's get a picture. And then Luann will make us aware of when the next Mayor's Wellness Challenge. But thank you, Mr. Mayor, for having your Wellness Challenge.
Okay, your guests from Brunswick, smile. You can hold up your certificates, face them toward me, please. Thank you. And crunch in just a little bit more. Perfect. Thank you. One more. Next time I want to see the full council standing up.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Congratulations. That's good.
No.
Thank you, Ms. Benson. Congratulations, everyone. I hope you'll stay and enjoy the rest of the meeting. You're welcome to get out of here. Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of our council meeting of June 23rd, 2025?
Where are we? Oh, minutes, yes. So moved.
Second. Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ordinance 2517 for second reading and adoption.
Ordinance-
Public hearing.
Ordinance 25-17, amending and supplementing Chapter 227, parking for the handicap of the Code of the Township of North Brunswick.
Is there anyone who'd like to be heard in public hearing on this ordinance 2517? Is there a motion to close that public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 2517?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilman Rich?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hutchinson?
Yes.
Councilman Mata?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman Socio?
Yes.
Ordinance for first reading and introduction 25-18.
Ordinance 25-18, ordinance to exceed municipal budget appropriation limits and establish a cap bank.
Is there a motion to introduce ordinance 25-18?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilman Rich?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hutchinson?
Yes.
Councilman Mata?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman Socio?
Yes.
Ordinance for first reading and introduction 25-19.
Ordinance 25-19, amending and supplementing Chapter 50, Length of Service Awards Program, increasing the maximum annual contribution in support of volunteer fire department members.
Is there a motion to introduce ordinance 25-19?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilman Rich?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hutchinson?
Yes.
Councilman Mata?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman Socio?
Yes.
Is there any items on this evening's consent agenda that any members of the council would like to have pulled?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I'd like items B, items I, and item O, please.
B, I, and
And
O.
Yes.
I feel like I'm at a bingo game.
Yes, sounds that way. Oh, wow, it does sound that way, doesn't it?
Is there a motion to adopt consent agenda items A, and then C through H, and then J through N, and then P, Q, and R?
So moved.
I have a question. For item B, I object to having that pulled.
Well,
Yeah,
I think the Roberts Rules of Order would be,
I don't know what, yeah,
I think we pull it,
okay.
and then we discuss it.
Okay.
And then we'll vote on it
All right.
separately, so it could
Okay.
be voted up or down at that time.
All right, that's fine, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
So is there a second to the motion to approve those items that remain on the
Second.
discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilman Rich?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hutchinson?
Yes.
Councilman Mata?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman Socio?
Yes.
If you don't mind, let's look in reverse order and start with O, if that's okay. Councilman Socio, the floor is yours.
So I know at the last meeting, we discussed the Resiliency Center, that bid openings were going to happen, and the subsequent bid openings have happened. I know we got emails on Friday going through the dollar amounts and everything, but I think we need to have a little bit of a discussion here, because, I mean, we want to make sure that the bids we got are good, that the dollar amounts work with us, and, you know.
I can't, can you talk
Yeah,
in the mic? I can't.
Sorry.
Down here.
Whoa,
Sorry.
is that better?
Yeah, I can't hear.
Wants to hear me that loud. What I was saying is, I know that we discussed item O with the Resiliency Center and the bid openings at the last meeting. Now, the bid openings happened in the 2 weeks in between, and we got emails on Friday, which I was able to look at apart, but, you know, I mean, being that the numbers come in, it doesn't just mean that it's automatic. So I'd like to ask, how many bids did we get? What is the dollar amount? Do we feel that it's a fair amount? And what is the timeline for this then moving forward so that we can let the residents know?
And Ms. Progan, is there, in addition to those questions, is there some time issue that would make us need to proceed tonight?
Yes, Mayor, so thank you, and I apologize if not all of the documents came through, but there was supporting documents that we had received last week. We had attached also the engineering construction cost estimate. The bids did come in under that cost estimate. This was reviewed by the architect as well as the township engineer. I believe there was a recommendation. I believe Mr. Gordon's firm also received the documents to go through. The timeline on this they had proposed was the end of March of 26. Had we held on some of these items, it would have pushed it out to the end of May of 26. The item alternate 4, which is the canopy in the back, that is almost like kind of a standalone item and would not impact the bid if we do not award that now. So we had asked for consideration to hold that, and the contractor is agreeable to holding that price over until the first meeting in October, the 516-250 for alternate number 4, and that will not change the timeline. If it's awarded at this meeting, it would still be on track for the March of 26 completion.
When was the bid opening for this?
I believe was it Wednesday?
July 23rd, Mayor.
23rd.
And we have not had a council meeting since the bid opening.
The 23rd, no.
And your position, Councilman Socio, if I understand it, is that you'd like to have it put on an agenda session before we award the contract so you can discuss it, whatever.
I mean, part of my concern with this is, we've had some bad experiences with some of these contractors. I know that they're the low bid, and I know that by law we have to go with them. However, have we done our due diligence? Are they a good contractor of record, or do we need to look at the other options? I mean, there are things out there. I mean, it's not like with certain specialties or professions, there's one or two, and you know that they're good. With this, you run the possibility of getting some other bids and some other contractors. So are we comfortable with them, with their work, with what they've done, with their record?
I mean, so there was 3 bids that were submitted. If you're referring to the other 2 bids that were submitted, reviewing those, I'm just trying to understand.
Well, I'm saying that we have to go with the low bidder. That is the way government contracts works. But I'm saying, are we comfortable with them? Do we know? Are we familiar with their body of work? Are we familiar with their record out there? And are we comfortable with them?
I can speak to that. Out of the 3 bids, this bidder, we didn't have a pre-bid meeting. And while we didn't have that, this bidder did come to the municipal building, did a tour of the building, and wanted to fully understand the scope before submitting a bid. And his bid, as you can see, his alternates and his number were more in line with what the engineering cost estimate was. Whereas some of them, for example, the basement, 556 is more in line with the cost estimate. Another bidder bid almost $1 million, had never seen the site, never toured it. So I think the architect felt they did have a good handle on the project that they bid on.
So if I understand, Councilman Socio's gone into some details, but I think just one of his concerns is from the discussions we've had is there any harm in us holding this till the next meeting and just reviewing it in detail so you can get a better comfort level at the agenda meeting later tonight, perhaps?
I have a question.
Councilman Hutchison?
So just so that I understand, so the alternate number 4, which is the canopy, that's something that's just going to be held, they said that they can hold that until, I think you said October. They can hold that and hold that price.
Yes, they were.
And so the other items, alternate, the other ones, and what's the total amount again? And you said it was under bid? It's
The
under cost
3 million, the
recommendation?
3.8 million, I believe.
3.8, okay. I mean, I don't see an issue, but I think the price is, I guess, reasonable, but I mean,
Mayor, if I could.
I don't,
Yeah, I'd also note that the architects on the resiliency project in their recommendation of award have noted that they have had a successful experience working with this contractor in the past. So that's one of the issues that I think that has been raised. And they also noted that the apparent lowest responsible bidder came in within the range of what the expected amount of the bids would be and was a little bit below what that range was.
Thank you, Counsel.
You're welcome.
I have another question. In terms of the, if we do hold it, I mean, is there an issue? I mean, will we run into a problem as far as with the funding, or we might lose something? Or is it just, we might not make the date, or?
No, thank you. To your point, there's some moving targets with the funding. We have been filing for extensions because this is utilizing 2 prior years' funding that we received through the DCA that is typically supposed to be spent out on this, that we have filed. In addition, we were trying to meet that timeline of completion for the dedication of March of '26, and this would still put us in line with that.
So if we don't, then does it move the goalpost
Yeah.
a little bit? Okay.
Correct.
So that's what okay.
Counsel?
I'm fine.
Is there a motion to adopt Resolution O-259-7.25? Is there a motion to adopt Resolution 259-7.25, number O on our agenda this evening?
So
Or would we rather hold it and go over it at the agenda meeting?
I mean, I don't want us to put us in jeopardy of any type of financial issue, and then, just based off the timeline and how things go, I think if it's pulled, then there might be some issues down the line. So that's my only thing. I don't want to lose, I don't
Motion
want
to adopt. Is there a
Yeah.
second?
Can you speak into the microphone? We can't hear.
To adopt.
to adopt it.
Yep.
I'm in favor of
So
going,
you're moving to adopt it.
yeah,
Is there a second to
we
that?
need a second.
I second. Yes. Seconded by Councilman Maida.
Need them in the microphone.
Is there, any-
Can I say something? Real quick, I just want to say, I'm kind of like, understanding what Councilwoman Hutchison, what she said about if we hold off on it, it could probably hurt us in the long run. If that was, am I correct? That's what you were saying?
I think nobody wants to take a risk, or
Yes,
that.
yeah,
we-
my
we
thing
don't
is,
wanna have the risk.
if we hold off on it, given the timeline that, of March of 2026, and we hold off another, 3 weeks or so, that it's going to push the goalpost out a little bit more, and then we might be in jeopardy. I just don't want to jeopardize it, so.
But are we talking about a completion date or a funding issue? Because if it's just a completion date, I mean, we have gone through this with this building, and, the big threat was, if you pull it, you vote no, you're going to delay it. If it's a time delay, I mean, time delays happen. If it's a funding issue, I think that's a different issue, obviously.
I just think, we've kept delaying it and delaying it and delaying it, and now we're at a point now where we really need to, act on it. And then if we don't, then we could be in jeopardy. So that's, that's what I'm looking at.
Councilwoman, what will be in jeopardy? The finish line or funding? That's my
The
question.
it's the whole thing.
Can you address
It-
that?
yeah, it- Oh, go ahead.
So two issues to your point. One of them is the funding. We're utilizing two prior year funding grant sources that we've been filing extensions for with the Department of Community Affairs under the special project. The first one was the Egan Danielson. The other one was last year's with Senator Smith came in with Danielson on that one, the $2,750,000. So both of those we're up against a clock trying to spend out those funds. Separately, to your point, there is also the timeline, and I believe the contractor they affirmed last week that they can meet what we were seeking as a March 2026 completion date. If it made it for this meeting, they wouldn't hold that. So those are two different issues. I just want to make sure, to the councilman's point, there's two different issues.
Thank you.
So, yeah, so that's my stance. I mean, it basically, we've extended this beyond the point, and if we don't, then, there's going to be further issues. Go ahead.
Mayor, I agree on that issue. I mean, why take a chance? And I think we've had to be adopted, and second, now we vote on it. Am I correct?
Well,
I mean,
it's been a vote.
Yes.
We still have discussion on the floor, so.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Until we finish the discussion,
Okay.
then we'll head to the vote.
Yeah.
Okay.
Councilman
Mayor,
Mayor.
I have one question. Like she said, she got extension 2 times already. We don't want to go third extension.
Right.
It will be too many. You keep going for extension, don't work.
The only,
And then with the contractor
question-
too, I mean,
Oh,
I'm sorry, as far as with the, they can agree to a certain timeline, they can agree to a certain date, and that they're able to meet it. If we don't vote on it, then, who knows when we're going to be able to get this done? And then
In light of-
that's my thing.
and something that Councilman Socio had brought up, to the extent that we do have a low bidder, and if we looked at it and somebody did have questions, what are the standards for, the legal standard for not accepting it if we decided to do that?
Thank you, Mayor. So in order for us to reject the lowest responsible bid, it would either require that they weren't qualified under the bid specifications, or we had a prior negative experience with that builder. Prior negative experience is a process that could be challenged by the contractor, and to the best of my knowledge, we have no prior negative experience with this contractor.
Thank you. Any further comments? Roll call, please.
Councilman Rich?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hutchinson?
Yes.
Councilman Mata?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman Socio?
No.
Resolution I is 253-7.25, authorizing an amendment to the contract bid 23009 with Gen Electric for maintenance and repair of traffic lights.
Mr. Mayor, I pulled that because in my job at the Turnpike Authority, I am the contract administrator. I create the contract, I do the billing for them, so I have to recuse myself from this in order to maintain a level of appropriateness.
Thank you, Councilman. Any other comments on that? Is there a motion to approve consent agenda I?
So moved.
Second?
Second. Oh, sorry, off.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Rich?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hutchinson?
Yes.
Councilman Mata?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman Socio?
Yes.
You mean abstain?
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry. Abstain. Sorry. Thank you, everyone. Wow.
So the last one is consent agenda item B, resolution 246-7.25, and that is a resolution appointing Joseph Anthony Battaglia to the position of police director and authorizing a management contract. And I'll let Councilman Socio address that in a minute, but I do know that on this particular agreement and contract, not all members of the council, through my own actions, were aware of the salary that ultimately Joe and I came to it IHOP this morning. So that information was not in everybody's hands, in all fairness, and that's on me for not getting it there. I think Councilman Socio and I, and you feel free to speak up, Councilman, we were discussing, Councilman Socio had indicated that he would like to see the actual management contract management agreement that we coming up with. We don't, to my knowledge, recollection, and speaking with Carl, we do that when we appoint all the directors out there. There is a management agreement contract. However, we haven't traditionally, that hasn't been a part of the approval since maybe because those are done on January 1st, and they're direct mayor appointments. But the appointment of someone who was our chief, or a police officer for how many years? 39? For 39 years, who's coming back in as director. We want to make sure that the council, residents, everybody understands what we're doing because it's completely above board. We want to make sure everybody's clear on that. So I do want to be real, whatever it takes for everybody to be comfortable is what I would like to do. Councilman?
So, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to preface it by saying I know at the last meeting it was brought up that within the 2-week period we would be getting phone calls from you in order to discuss this and your decision and how we're going. You know, I may see it a little differently because as you and I sat through these discussions in 2001, 2, and 3 on whether we were going to have a chief or have a director or what Mayor Spaulding wanted a director. He didn't want anything to do with the chief. We had to bring back the chief T-shirts. We did all this other stuff. So this is a big policy decision here. And after a 5-year absence of not having a director, we are going to go back in that direction. That's fine. Me pulling this and anything I'm saying is not a reflection on Deputy Chief Battaglia or possibly Director Battaglia. This is more about the process and what we have said we are going to be doing moving forward. And I just feel in this instance we didn't. The resolution popped up on Friday, and it states, with a management agreement. I thought when we put Ken in there, and then annually we would look at it if there were increases or anything, I thought we were privy to it. I feel that we should be. This is something that can have an impact on the budget, as we're going to maybe not add a position into our salary ordinance, but we're going to bring it back onto the payroll. So my question is, was this anticipated in the budget? Because I know that the deputy chief position was, and it was at a reduced rate, and I get that. But at the same time, we need to be able to we need to be able to know as a governing body what is going on here, especially as we're about to adopt a temporary budget and take the first steps towards adopting our fiscal year budget moving forward. So with that being said, I'd like to hold this off, and sorry, Chief, not Deputy Chief, forgive me, Joe, I didn't mean to demote you on your way out, I'm sorry. Thank you, Mr. Gordon. But, again, it's more of the timing of the procedure and what was supposed to happen and what I believe may not have. And, so, we go back to, we go back to, if we pull it and we wait a couple of weeks, what is the ramification and what's our course of action?
Ms. Fogelman, a direct question was this anticipated in this year's budget, and how was it accounted for?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. So during the budget hearings 2 weeks ago, this was one of the items that was discussed, and I'm sorry if the councilman wasn't there for that, but we had pointed out there was within the salary of the police admin, there was a partial for the month of July accounted for just the 1 month of the fiscal year under him, and then at the bottom there was an adjustment, and I think somebody had asked what it was for and what that represented, and we had indicated that represented, again, it hadn't been yet decided, but that was ticketed for having a director, as well as there was one adjustment that was pending for a staff member, and so we had outlined that. The thing that we did not, and we were clear at that meeting, was that it didn't account for having a deputy, which you had briefly mentioned. And separately, I think we were looking at some of the sellback and whether that could be used if there was an offset under that. But But again, that was part of the budget discussion a few weeks ago, if there's any other, but I can resend that document if anybody needs a copy of that.
Thank you.
Oh, and just when we were with Chief Battaglia, we were talking about the budget. I was there for the salary and wages thing. I just wanted it to be repeated, that this is included in the budget as part of the whole process that had happened. Again, my biggest issue right now at this moment with this resolution is the timing of it and
Thank you.
the lack of a little bit better communication.
Is there a
I mean, I mean, as far as the timing, I think, and as long as the mayor has had conversations with Mr. Battaglia, and they've discussed salary, and that seems to be sort of a non-issue, and that it was accounted for within the budget, I kind of disagree, and I don't see any issue with moving forward with a.
Well, but again, we as a council, when we set up the new meeting, schedule, and we had this discussion about 2 months ago, and one of the quotes was, if they miss it, it's 2 weeks, and what's the big deal? So that's what I'm asking right now. It came on Friday, and this is something that I thought we were trying to get away from. Yet here we are yet again with the second resolution on this consent agenda. So we can disagree, but
I do agree.
but this isn't the way it was supposed to go.
So-
And
the points Councilman Socio were making were also made, I believe, she's not here right now, earlier today by Councilwoman Guadagnino, and it is, we have taken some action. This is not, I don't mean to interrupt our discussion of this particular resolution, but the directors and management team have started having Thursday meetings. It was a Friday this week, but we've been having our meetings, and the purpose of those meetings is to make sure that what is put down for the following agenda, or the following agenda meeting, hopefully, usually, is solid. And directors were instructed that what they come in with, if they miss it on that Friday meeting, unless it's ultimately critical, don't come and ask to have it put on, because we're trying, as Councilman says, to get away from adding things on that the council's not ready for or has not had a good long chance to look at. And so, given, I think what we're doing now, because we have just been through the weeks of our budget meeting, where a lot of these things were covered, I think it skewered things a little bit, and I apologize. And we will take, regardless of what we do on this resolution, we will take the points that underlie what Councilman Socio and Councilman Guadagnino are saying, that we have to give the council quicker, better backup, and try not to surprise you with things that you feel rushed to act on, just because we say trust us, which is not really the way to do it. You should have them in advance. So I apologize if we've done that, and we will do, I promise you, try to do a better job. That said, is there a motion to approve Resolution 246-7.25?
Yes.
Motion to.
Second? Is there discussion further? Roll call, please.
Councilman Rich?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hutchinson?
Yes.
Councilman Maida?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman Socio?
no.
And Resolution 263-7.25. That is the introduction of the fiscal year 2026 budget. Ms. Proberman?
Thank you, Mayor. And I don't know if Cavell is also available, but this is just approving the notice as well as the public hearing This will go down to the state. It meets in its compliance with being introduced prior to the August 10th deadline. From here, it goes down to the state, is issued a budget examiner, which will review it, make recommendations, with hopes to have this on for adoption at the first meeting in September.
Correct. And some of the changes that were made were not major changes. It's, after year-end review of final revenues that came in, we were able to increase some of the budget line items. And nothing major changed, except it worked in our favor, and we reduced it by just about $60,000.
And when you say changes, again, are you talking about things and information or things that have trickled in since our budget
Since
meeting?
the budget discussions, and since I completed my year-end revenues and appropriations.
Okay.
Finalized those.
Is there anybody have any questions of Ms. Gallimore? Is there a motion to adopt Resolution 263-7.25, the introduction of the fiscal year 2026 budget?
So moved.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilman Rich?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hutchinson?
Yes.
Councilman Mehta?
Yes.
Councilman Davis?
Yes.
Councilman Socio?
Yes.
Councilman Socio, I don't see a stack of papers in.
No, but there's two quick announcements, if you don't mind.
Certainly.
Next weekend, could this writing be any smaller? The North Brunswick Drama Group presents Jekyll and Hyde. The shows are April 7th, 8th, and 9th at 7. Yeah, August, that month that begins with the A. Thank you. August 7th, 8th, and 9th at 7 p.m. with a matinee of August 10th at 2 p.m. All performances will be at North Brunswick Township Middle School, 100 Renaissance Boulevard. Please come. And next Thursday, will be our final installment of Tunes at Twilight, if I could find it. And that is at Community Park, where the band The Verdict will return to Community Park to fill the air with relaxing sounds of reggae as the Tunes at Twilight series concludes. Be sure to bring your dancing shoes, or since it's in the grass, no shoes, and you can dance like that. There will also be inflatables and kids' activities, along with Tacos Galindo, Betancourt food truck. So if you have any questions on the drama group's production or Tunes at Twilight, feel free to contact the Department of Parks, Recreation, and Community Services at 732-247-0922, extension 475. And again, from the entire council and to those of you who made it, thank you for picking up my slack. Happy birthday, Mrs. Benson. 39 never looked so good.
Did you say, he's correct, did you say there was a taco truck, or what kind of?
Yes,
food?
sir. Tacos Galindo Betancourt food truck.
All the more reason to be there. Yeah, Councilman Rich, anything this evening?
Nope, nothing.
You had a conversation with our Congresswoman the other day. We very much appreciate you taking the initiative and speaking with her on that.
Oh, thank you. It was a great conversation. Congresswoman Bonnie Watson Coleman.
Good. Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
Councilwoman Hutchinson, anything this evening?
No, everything's good. No announcements.
Councilman Mehta, Uncle Raj?
No, thank you.
But what was the name of the store that we were at the grand opening today? It was quite the experience.
Over there.
Yeah, the director was there, Sal was there.
It is a Indian, actually they go to temples and that, and they keep at their home the stuff they are selling. The first one in New Jersey they opened, and it's a big store, and they plan to open more.
It was really quite
Yeah,
impressive.
it is nice.
Put it on.
It's okay, you can hear.
Now you can say it again.
And all these years, we thought you were Jewish, Bob, but apparently you're the Irishman amongst us tonight. Everything good?
No, everything was great on a vacation and stuff, but one thing I just want to point out, which really got to me, was visiting Omaha Beach. And, a lot of you have seen Private Ryan, the movie and everything, but going there and seeing what happened on that day and how many of our allies and troops were killed that day, it makes you feel even more proud, of our background, being, Americans of states and having good allies. So, yes, we went to a number of different countries, but standing there on Omaha Beach and seeing what our guys went through for D-Day, but it was a proud time. Thank
God
you.
bless you and welcome home.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Ms. Pogorman, anything?
Good, thank you, Mayor.
Is there anyone who'd like to be heard at regular public hearing this evening? Yes, sir.
Yes, it's Gene Goundry here. I noticed by this area of town, probably in other areas too, there's a lot of places where people don't cut their trees and stuff hanging over the sidewalks.
Yeah.
And I have a list of them that I would like to give to,
The clerk?
Yes.
And she can give it to us?
And-
Yes, sir.
so they need to be addressed because they stick out. You can't walk by the area without pushing them out of your way. I also like to point out that at Laurel Place over here, when you come out onto George's Road, it's very hard to see for the bushes on the side. It's been cut, but it needs to be cut again. We really need to keep in touch.
When you say it's hard to see, you mean if you're in your car driving, it's hard, or?
Yeah, exactly, because I pulled out there several times, and it's a very busy corner, I'm sure, as you all know. But with the hedge sticking up, it's not easy to make that right turn. So anyway, here's the list of places that I think need to be reminded of there.
Thank you. And Ms. Orlando, will you make copies for Mr. Ritz and for the council?
And the second thing I have is that New Jersey has a law on the books that says it's a no idling law. It says no person shall cause, suffer, allow, or permit the engine of a diesel or gas-powered motor vehicle for more than 3 consecutive minutes if the vehicle is not in motion. Well, on Sunday, I was at the park over here, Babbage Park. I see our park ranger sitting there with his vehicle running. So I don't understand, we have this rule in the books for New Jersey, yet he's not following the rules. Can we put up a sign over there that says that exactly what this ordinance says? And secondly, because I see one at the park on Riva Avenue, which explains that you're not allowed to be idling more than 3 minutes. So I don't think our person should be doing that.
I don't think there's any harm in putting up a sign there if we can. Steve, Mr. Boyd, can you take a look and see if we could do another sign? I see a lot of no idling signs around, so it can't hurt. And Ms. Benson, let's just let the.
Because I feel.
You're pointing at yourself, but it wasn't you. You're not a park ranger. Oh, they fall under you. Okay, I'm sorry. Will you say something to everybody?
I'll let them know if they're for an extended period of time. Most of the time, they go through the parks, they drive around, they'll stop.
Right.
For a presence, just like a police officer in a police car, and then they'll move on to another park.
Right.
They have to cover all the parks.
Right. And it is really hot. They do need air conditioning, but as
Well, I was
the
walking through the
gentleman
park.
points out, we should be setting the example, and so we should.
That's exactly, because I was walking through there on Sunday. He's sitting in the car running. There really was no reason for the car to be running. I mean, we're paying that expense, and plus we're polluting the air at the same time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Nastas?
Good evening. I went shopping today at Farmer's Nursery. Get some vegetables, watermelon, cantaloupes, all the good stuff. And one of the customers asked me if I was going to the meeting tonight. I said, yeah, I'm going. He said, would you ask him a question? I said, okay. The entrance to, I think it's Indian Head is the name of it, Seneca Avenue off Route 27.
Well, no, Indian Head doesn't have an entrance off Route 27, does it?
Two Indian heads there. John Adams, Indian Head.
That, okay. Okay, so that one, yeah, the one up by John.
It's off 27, the entrance.
Yes, sir.
In. Well, anyway, he told me the sign is missing from the stand. It's been missing for years. He said there's a weed garden growing where the flower bed is. And the property owner on, well, let's see, if you're going to turn in, it's on the right-hand side. If you're coming out, it's on the left-hand side. But anyway, there's a branch hanging into the site on 27. You can't see the vehicles coming. So he asked me to bring it to your attention, and I just did. And
Thank you.
if you're watching, I took care of it for you.
Thank you. Chief, would you let traffic safety know about that? Thank you.
All right. Some of the other things, I haven't had a update on the things they turned in, like the status on George's Road. I noticed that there's a small for sale sign, and I don't know whether that's legible or not, but if that's the fact, I don't know, and nothing's changed. I did get a phone call from someone that offered $100 for the car that's there, and I told him to call you, but
I turned them down.
right, and
Mr. Ritz, do you know when we say the Georges Road, do you know which property that is?
Yes, it's for sale there. I don't know more than that. I know I'm just unofficially aware that at least two builders, as it were
But it's for sale.
in contact with the property owner
Okay.
to discuss purchasing.
so it's still for sale.
Still for sale.
All right, how about 777 Adams Lane?
I don't have an update there on anything. If Mr. Nassis wants to submit a new list, we can reply to his list. I don't have any particular updates.
Well, cars are still parked on the lawn. There's an unregistered vehicle there that is a convertible with the top down, and with the rain we had, the top is still down. And personally speaking, I think the ordinance about having one unregistered, unreliable vehicle should be reverted back to where it was. You know, you have a car, you got 15 days to get it registered, insured, and running. And that is one, and I could point out a dozen more. And the guy that is the owner, from what I understand, has a few medical problems, but he's not driving all those cars that are parked all over. Have any summonses been issued to those people?
I don't have any updates.
All right, well, I'd like to have an update on who's driving what and how. All right, 886 Livingston Avenue and 984 Bergen Avenue. You don't have any information on any of this stuff?
Whatever we provided you in our last,
Well, you didn't provide me with anything on these two since November.
I don't think that's true, but
I think it's true.
I'll get you a copy of the last report that was mailed to you.
You want to see it?
Yeah.
I think
Submit your list, Mr. Nassis, and I'll reply to everything.
all right. So, I did, well, I have a few lists here, pictures included. All right, I think I could probably do better resubmitting the list. But 855 Livingston Avenue and 984 Bergen Avenue, I have pictures here. Of both places.
What was the address on Bergen? 998? When did you say that address? 984, thank you.
The other request that I had was on Beverly Street, 13 to 19 Beverly. I was told there are no violations. However, I think you should have the fire inspector and the first aid people take a look at it, because the buildings are, let's say, old. I used to live there.
Is that the garage building that you've
Pardon?
talked, is that the garage building we've talked about before, or those different buildings? Okay.
I think it could be a hazard for the fire department and for first aid. The property is 219 deep. There's no reason why they can't put a parking area to get the cars out from between the houses and some of the other stuff accumulated around the house. And the last, I got one more here. This is on Newton Street. There you go. Front yard on Newton Street. That's burned in a couple times. Still working on it. And then I see I was given some information on how code enforcement works. And
Go right ahead, finish your thoughts there.
code enforcement procedures. One of the procedures is that if a violation is identified, a verbal warning may be provided to the property owner and is often enough to secure compliances. Do away with the verbal, give them a summons, and let them contact code enforcement to ensure that it was taken care of by the court date. Because I think they may have enough on their table that just verbal is going to slip their mind, and we're going to be right back where we started from. All right? And I'm not even going to ask about the paint on the bridge, because there's going to be a swan song about that, I'm sure. And one thing else I think you might get a kick out of.
Yes, sir.
A couple weeks ago, a young man came in from Costco Shopping Center asking about the bridge. Mayor Herman approached the state, when I was a kid, and the estimated cost at the time was $3 million. And he got turned down because there weren't enough people backing him up. I have a suggestion. You might want to get with South Brunswick and have, like, the chief and our maintenance man over there who could tell you about the roads. Let them get together with South Brunswick, put a petition together, give it to the state. The worst thing they could say is no. But
You get the
you get enough violations and you get enough people backing it up, you may get someplace.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else who'd like to be heard in public hearing tonight? Come right up, sir.
Good evening, Council, Business Administrator, Mayor. Fedor Salvador Romero, North Brunswick PBA Local 160 President. Just wanted to remind everybody that we have our National Night Out coming up August 5th from 5 to 8 here at 710 Herman Road out front. So if you could please spread the word and invite everybody in the community, we'd greatly appreciate that.
It's been a big success the last few years here in North Brunswick, right?
Been big. It's nice to take the street over. It's been a growing event, and it's a really reflection of our commitment as a police department and a local to the community and giving back.
What's going to be out there? I mean,
It's going to be a lot. So if you're a fan of Icaramba, Icaramba's coming back. They have a lot of stuff. A couple different vendors have come this year to really participate in it. So, like always, we're looking for a nice turnout. There's going to be a band. There's DJs. There's actually 2 DJs. There's going to be a battle of DJs. So if any of you would like to MC or host it, let me know. I'll put in a good word for you. Hopefully I can get you in there. But it should be a good time. So hopefully you can spread the word.
we did want to have.
I'll dance if the right tunes played.
We did want to have, I don't know if we mentioned this, we did want to have our environmental lawyer.
What's that?
Our environmental lawyer might be able to do some of the DJing.
We'll see. But again, I think last year we had upwards of about 2,500 people in attendance.
Great.
Weather permitting, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to beat that again because it is growing. So we'll hope to see you there. And if you could please spread the word, we really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, Sal. Is there a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? At this point, we're going to move the meeting into the other room, and for as long as we're not in closed session, everyone's welcome to join us who would like to. Authorize the cancellation of taxes on exempt property purchase.
By the Township, we recently purchased this, and this was approved by ordinance 2418 back in November 18th of 2024.
We didn't have much choice, right?
Right, because we own the property now, so the taxes need to be canceled.
Yeah, and it's part of our strategy of acquiring properties for open space purposes from,
Little bits here and there that
yes, sir. Another one of those.
weave a pattern that is to the township's benefit.
Yes, sir.
Number two.
So number two is just a placeholder. I haven't had any requests from departments for transfers, but I'd like to just have it here just in case, due to the length of time in between meetings.
Should there be like a limit on it? You know, transfers under 100,000 or 10,000? Just leave it
It's-
like it is?
It's what's needed, so
Okay.
there's no limit.
Everybody okay with that? That'll be on. Thank you, Ms. Gallimore.
Thank
Get
you.
out of here while you can. Mr. Boyd, how are you tonight? Did you have a good weekend?
Yes, how about yourself?
It was very good.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have 3 items for
Root
consideration.
canal services.
First one is a resolution authorizing an advertisement for receipt of bids for root control services under the Department of Public Works Sewer Division.
We do this every year?
So this is a contract that's coming up to the end of its term. It's a 3-year contract. We did 1 year with a 2-year extension. So it's coming to the end of the contract. We just want to renew that.
And so, and the routes we're controlling are ones that are intruding into township sewer lines, not private?
Sewer mains.
Sewer mains,
Sanitary sewer mains only.
okay.
Is this something that's, sort of, it's noted, or is it, how do you know? I mean, do you
So-
go and inspect, and then you find out that it's,
So we do a program for 5-year jetting, and then we also do some televising, CCTVing for the road improvements. And when we come upon some routes, we'll treat them, and that's how we'll proceed with those.
is that kind of like done periodically throughout the year, or is it, or as needed basis?
So road improvements, they come once a year.
Okay.
And then we get our list of roads that are up for consideration. And then we'll have the crews go out and they'll TV the sanitary main as well as the stormwater main. And then if we locate some routes, we'll treat them or we'll cut them out and then treat them.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Any other questions on one? Second item is resolution authorizing a contract with North Shore Corporation for the purchase and installation of a tandem dump body on a Freightliner chassis. Any questions on number 2?
Oh, okay.
My third item is a resolution authorizing a change in scope to the professional services agreement with CME Associates, appointed as the 2025 Township Consulting Engineer Firm. This includes the general engineering services for the NJDEP Municipal Stormwater Regulation Program.
When you get a chance, can we just get the backup? When I hit the backup, it goes right back to the main
Yeah.
menu.
I know you can't get into it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, did the DEP change the regs or
Yeah. I was gonna-
Daily.
Yeah. keep it-
daily?
Yeah.
Okay, so,
To be honest, yes, they're constantly.
and we need this change to have our engineer keep us in
We
compliance?
do have a deadline coming up at the end of this year. We also have one coming up at the end
Well,
of
wait a minute.
2026.
This is CME, and we're already in July, so let them know, okay?
Will do. Any questions on the third item?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Director Ritz?
My only item this evening, Mayor, is to update the handicap parking ordinance as you had requested, and we are removing 2 property owners from that list.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Ms. Benson, you're not on here? So why don't everyone against that wall go ahead and, because we're just going to hit Ms. Program, we're going to hit the clerk, And then you have to stay. But then we have closed sessions, so you're welcome to go.
Thank you.
Ms. Progerman.
Thank you, Mayor. I have 4 items that are going to be on for consideration. The first is authorizing, this is an amount that was invoiced for fuel, that the First Aid and Rescue Squad for the supply of fuel through our fuel pumps at Public Works. This is authorizing a waiver for those amounts. I believe the amount is, this is for the fiscal year, July to June, comes to $16,661.47. The second item on is 2 additional sewer repair credits. And the third item is a correction. This is authorizing that shared service with Freehold, and I believe the contract date had a 2025 end date, and it was supposed to be 2026. This is just correcting that. And the fourth item is under the new agreement with Freehold. They've been here, they've been doing assessments starting on the police side, and this is for the first big piece of that, which would be the replacement of some of the servers on the police side. And that has to be purchased through Dell under state contract.
Questions?
Just have a question. On the sewer pool, why are we, what's the pool credit for? Just curious.
So if they make a repair and the water doesn't go through into the sewer system, so they're given a credit for the sewer charges.
So your sewer bill is based upon how much water you use. And if you have to refill your pool, you fill it up with a lot of water, but you don't put it back in the sewer system.
Okay.
So we subtract that amount from what your sewer bill would have been.
Good to know. I didn't know.
Is that it?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor.
Ms. Russo? I'm sorry. Ms. Orlando?
Just 3 items. Ordinance 2518 for second reading, ordinance 2519 for second reading, and the minutes for approval from the July 14th meeting will also be on. And that's all for the clerk's office.
Thank you very much. Is there a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? If you would read the resolution, good sir.
I will. This is a resolution authorizing the mayor and council to enter into executive session, whereas the mayor and council are mindful of the right of the public to attend and witness meetings of governmental bodies at which public business is discussed and to be involved in all phases of governmental action. And whereas the Open Public Meetings Act nonetheless recognizes the authority of a public body to exclude the public from meetings in certain enumerated instances in which disclosure of matters discussed could endanger public safety, property, or other public interest or invade individual privacy. Whereas, as authorized by the Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-12B, mayor and council have a need to meet in private session to discuss pending litigation regarding the status of soil remediation at the high school environmental site and contract negotiations regarding the proposed CGIS redevelopment plan. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the mayor and council will meet in executive session at 8:12 p.m. on July 28, 2025, to discuss those following specific items: the status of the soil remediation litigation regarding the high school environmental and the proposed CGIS redevelopment plan. Be it further resolved that the matter so discussed will be disclosed to the public at such time as the litigation is resolved, the redevelopment plan is approved or concluded, or the matters otherwise become a matter of public record. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.